Yeah, we're going into a hornet's nest here when you go to University of Kentucky. There's not a tougher place to play maybe in the country. And it's right there with what Kansas has done and Arkansas. I mean, it's right there in terms of a tough home court. They're a great team. Obviously, they're playing well right now with their big win on the road at Alabama. And their guard play in the backcourt is as good as anybody in the country, maybe the best backcourt in the country in Ulis and Murray. I am just really, really impressed with Ulis because of all the things he does to make his team win. He's playing 39 minutes a game, so he essentially never comes out. And 4-to-1 assist to turnover, just an incredible all-around player. And his defense is what creates so much for him, is that they create a lot with their defense and a lot of turnovers with their pressure. So it's a big challenge for us, and we're looking forward to going and play at Rupp Arena.
Chicken with 21 points on Saturday. Did you see anything different from him in that game?
Well, their defense is so spaced out, there's less help. Like the last team we played in A&M, they were like a pack line defense where they really played, with the off-ball defenders, in the lane, sitting in the paint, where Arkansas is a team that really, gets out and gets after you, so it really opened up a lot of opportunities for him to drive, and I thought he did a good job attacking, and he shot the ball well from three, especially in the first half, had a couple of big threes for us. And, the most disappointing thing after watching and reviewing that film is that, we're down 3 with less than 6 minutes to go in that game and lose by 18. I mean, it just makes no sense to only be down 3 and let it get away from us, and we just did not score in another possessions a row, and then they end up getting open threes. We were down 7 with, I think, 4 minutes to go. So it was really disappointing in our last, obviously, 5 minutes of play down the stretch in that game.
You talked about attack defense. Is there anything Chicken can do against a defense like that, or what does he need to work on?
Move the ball more. I mean, we've got to be more patient. I mean, the other day we were shooting too quickly and getting the defense where it was speeding us up to where we weren't making enough passes to one another before looking for a shot, and that contributed to us shooting 38% for the game and getting Gavin more touches to where it causes more double teams. They really double teaming line. He's got to get better at handling that double team.
In general, what's it take for a team to win on the road? I know you're going to Kentucky, but just in general, this senior class is struggling on the road. What needs to happen to find success away from home?
Well, number one, to win on the road, you got to play great defense. I mean, you've got defense is what travels best, and so we've got to, do a good job of being, better defensively. I thought our blockouts were better in the last game. We did a better job blocking out. I mean, they shot a huge high percentage from 3, and it was skewed a little bit with those last 4 late in the game that really spread the thing out. But the first half they were 8 for 13 from 3. And, that all being said, we still had a chance here down 3 with 5.5 minutes to go. But it starts with our defense, and then it starts with us doing a good job taking care of the basketball and limiting your turnovers. We had 14 in our last game, which wasn't terrible considering how hard they play defensively. You got to make your foul shots. I mean, we're down 3 with 5 minutes to go, and we end up 3 for 20. I don't know if we shot any foul shots in the last few minutes. And then we've got to do a good job, much better job at executing offensively. And when people, the whole crowd's after you, everybody's after you, not getting sped up and moving the ball better and doing a better job of executing, setting better screens, just simple fundamental things.
Travis only has 6 points in the first 2 conference games. Do you need his offensive production to increase?
Yeah, he's had 8 rebounds and 6 points in 52 minutes of play. And, he had an open 3 in the corner to start the second half against Arkansas, where if he had just dove to the basket, because he would have had a dunk or a layup. So, we'd obviously would like him to, be able to score a little better for us and be more aggressive when he has an open shot. He passed up an open shot with 4 minutes to go in the game against Texas A&M, Where, you know, my deal was, well, if you're not gonna shoot the wide open shot, then we gotta get someone else in for you, because you gotta be able to make a wide open shot when it comes to you, and he's shown he can do that in the past. You know, at one point, he was shooting 50% from three after like 6 or 7 of our first games, I think. You know, a Kansas City game, he shot it poorly, and he just has not regained his confidence and his aggressiveness looking to score since that point.
I think you guys are averaging 22 threes per game. Where is that number relative to where you would want it to be? Or is that where you want it to be?
Yeah, you know, we're shooting, if you look at our percentage of shots, it's probably a little more than we would like, and it's not like we're a great three-point shooting team, but we're missing some wide open threes too. I mean, you go back and you think about, there was some wide open threes in this last game. When you're wide open and you can't make a wide open three, then it's tough to win anywhere on the road or at home. And the way teams are playing sometimes defensively, it almost forces you to take threes. But ideally, in my perfect world, you'd like to have about, you know, 30% of your shots threes would be the ideal number. You know, we don't have, you know, a huge post presence outside of Gavin in there, and that makes that a little more difficult.
Both John Calipari and Mike Anderson used tough and fearless when talking about Chicken. I mean, how tough and fearless is he?
Yeah, he is. He's both. And he plays really hard and is a great competitor and tough. He had 8 rebounds. He had 5 assists. His only real negative in the last game is he had 6 turnovers. And he's got to limit his turnovers better. But, you know, outside of that, I think he's really competing hard and playing hard. And people in this league respect him because he's been around for a while.
See that toughness in practice every day?
Yeah, and he kind of, you know, got whacked in the shoulder yesterday, which has been an ongoing problem for him all year, is this issue with his shoulder, and so that was, I'll be curious to see how he feels today, but, you know, he's a kid that is able to handle that, you know, pretty well.
A lot of people focus on Kentucky's offense, but what makes their defense so effective?
Yeah, their defense leads to their offense. Their defense creates a lot of offense for them. I mean, they do a great job of ball pressure, starting with Ulis. I mean, I'm so impressed with Ulis. You know, he's getting the ball, and he's so quick. Every time you bring it in front of him, he's reaching for it and looking for a steal, and he can do that and still recover and not get beat. So, I mean, his quickness, his tenacity, how hard he plays is just incredibly impressive to me. How hard he plays. Briscoes are very good, you know, pressure defender. They block shots. They have length inside. You know, when you look at both their bigs, Lee is a good shot blocker. Obviously, the freshman kid, Skulls, a very good shot blocker. So, you know, when you do get by him in their pressure, then they've got guys in there waiting for you. You know, Protus is very aggressive. They block a lot of shots, and their length changes a lot of shots. So they have a good combination of really good athletic pressure on the perimeter with guys in behind at rim protect.
Is there a way you can prepare for that quickness in practice, or is it just something you...
Yeah, it's hard because we don't have anybody as quick for sure as Ulis. You know, that's what's tough, is how you simulate some of the things that you're going to see. It's like simulating Arkansas. And I thought, you know, overall, we handled Arkansas's press and pressure pretty well in our last game. Even that, you know, once they got in the half court, I thought we got sped up too much because a lot with the switching. You know, they did a lot of switching. And I'm talking about their 4-man switching screens and switching out, and that was the issue. We were running a lot of motion, and we just got to get better at executing, you know, and moving the ball side to side. I mean, in our last game, we did not pass the ball enough per possession. Way too few passes per possession once in their half court. And then, you know, we had some opportunities, and we got to be smart. I mean, you know, IJ had a couple opportunities in the last game where he's driving, trying to finish, you know, and it's not there because it's, you know, they're so big, he's just not going to get the shot off, and he's got to, you know, be a good decision maker because he's the guy that has the ball the most. And for the most part, he's doing a good job of that, you know, in the last 6, 7 games.
Do you feel like this team is getting better game by game?
Yeah, I thought that our game against Texas A&M, defensively speaking, was really, really one of the best efforts of the year. You know, and we got better in terms of the blockouts, but they shot a higher percentage in the last game. You know, and that's the whole key, is to keep getting better. And you know, we've talked a lot about that. You know, after the game. We were stuck. I don't think anybody here in this room made it to the game, but we were stuck there actually. Our plane was canceled because of mechanical, so we stayed in the same hotel as a team Saturday night and watched the game together as a group. We tried to learn and grow, and we came back yesterday and practiced hard for an hour and a half, and then we'll have another practice today here before we take off for Kentucky.
Even after a couple of losses to start league play, is the locker room atmosphere, everybody still positive?
Yeah, we talked about that. I felt like, coming out of halftime, we didn't have the right. We came out to start the second half and weren't executing our press offense like we did to start the game. The first time we touched the ball, we turned it over, like a total mishap. If you go back and look at the film, it's just like, what is that? We let them jump on us right away instead of coming out. Really, I felt good going to halftime, down 4 on the road, Bud Walton Arena. The way I think our guys had a better feel. We can handle this pressure in terms of their press. And then we came out and didn't execute what we're supposed to be doing. It was just like it was inexplicable to me. I was really, really disappointed in that to start the second half. It's something I talked about. You got to be, you should be excited, coming out. They didn't feel that after the game. So that was concerning to me, and I really addressed that.
With Kentucky's length, how do you go about preventing those offensive rebounds? They're one of the better teams in the country at offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and one of the reasons is that Euless is so good at breaking you down that you're coming over to help, and then when you come to help, if you for some reason don't get there or don't block it, the guy who's left for help, his man's dunking it in. They're a great offensive rebounding team. Prothras and Lee, in transition, they really follow their shots. It's a difficult one. We've got to do a good job of trying to keep them out of the paint. Briscoe is a driver. And Euless is great at breaking you down. And, he created a lot of Prothras' 27, 28 points, whatever he had in the game against Alabama, just off the pick and roll and hitting them and giving them great passes. He's arguably, Euless, the best point guard in the country. That's always a tough guy to play against when you're playing against the very best, and he arguably is, in my opinion.
You faced off against Kentucky a couple of times in your career. What do you kind of remember about some of those matchups?
Let's see. I think I played in the Rupp Arena once in the NCAA tournament. It wasn't against Kentucky, so I've been there before, and that was a tough one because we lost to Kent State in overtime with Antonio Gates playing and having 21 against us. Really good player, basketball player. That was my third year at Pitt, and I played Kentucky. We played Tubby my first year at UCLA, and we weren't, a great team that year, and they beat us, and they had a good team. And then we beat them in the Maui championship, or maybe it was the semifinals in November of '06. And I think that's the only time we played them. I don't remember playing them again after that.
I think it was just 1-1. So.
Anything else, guys? All right, thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.